The greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. This is a quote by William James, who is the father of modern psychology and has said a lot of awesome things about brain and mindset. Another quote of his is, "If you can change your mind, you can change your life." And he also said, "The greatest discovery of my generation is that a human being can alter his life by altering his attitudes." Of course, I love all these quotes because as a mindset coach, I know that your thoughts are the foundation of your reality. And I know that since you're here listening to or watching Max Potential Habits, it means that you are ready for some shifts in your mindset. You are ready to train your brain for success. Maybe you're already on the path. Maybe you are a mindset master, but if you're not, keep coming back here every week. This is your place to learn tips, tools, and hear inspirational interviews to help you optimize your habits so you can thrive in life and business. And if it's your first time here, I'm Dr. Amanda, and it is by far my greatest joy to learn new tricks to teach you. I love learning and growing in understanding human behavior and development. I love to understand how to get you from point A to point Z the fastest, first by practicing on myself and doing research and working with clients and working with people, and then teaching what I know to help you shift. The reason that I love podcasting and bring you this information for free every week is because when I was on food stamps, podcasts were my way out. I listened to them every second I got extra. So when I was washing the dishes, when I was riding my bike to school, when I was walking between classes, I would listen to 10 minutes of podcast. When I was taking my kids to school, I was listening to podcasts. I was training my brain for success. And that's what I want you to do too. So today's show is all about the brain, how we can rewire it, and how you can set yourself up for success by changing your thoughts. So your thoughts become your reality. Thoughts become things. Whatever you manifest in your outer world is seen in the foundation of your inner workings, in your inner thoughts, in your inner game, in your inner critic. However you let your inner critic run your life, that's going to be the outcomes you have. So it's really easy for me to see when I'm working with someone where they're stuck in their thoughts, because your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. So if you're listening to this or watching and you're thinking, "Oh, I'm so stuck in these areas and I don't like what's going on in my life. I feel stressed all the time. I feel overwhelmed. I want something different." You must make it your number one goal to practice mindset training. And what does that really mean practically? What it means is that I want you to start absorbing everything you possibly can about mindset, about thoughts, about inner critic doubts, about fears, about shame, about guilt. I want you to start transforming your brain and creating something new with the wiring system of your brain. So I think about your brain as the operating system, and your brain is an operating system for problem solving. So when we're little, what happens is that we're just absorbing. Research shows that when we're from ages 0 to 7, we're in a hypnotic state where what we have coming into our mind, into our brain, and what it's processing there's no filtration system. There's no critical thinking. We're just taking it in, absorbing it like a sponge. So like a sponge, we're absorbing everything around us. We're not distinguishing or deciphering or deciding, oh, I do want this and I don't want that. We're just watching, observing, learning, and growing, and there's rapid transformation of your brain at that time, but whatever's going on in your environment, you're absorbing. So I think it's really powerful, the new wave of epigenetic and neuroscience research that's showing us that our beliefs can shape our biology. We have an epigenetic, which means gene by environment interaction, where we actually can change our body, our DNA, our levels of stress, we can change all kinds of things through our mind and through the combination of our environment. And what's interesting is when you become an adult, you are responsible for your outcomes, which means you have the responsibility, the ability to respond to your environment. If you don't like what you're seeing in your outer world, you actually get the opportunity to change what's going on inside of you. You get the opportunity to change your environment so that you can have new beliefs, so that you can create new thoughts, so that you can go in a different direction. And I know this is absolutely true because there's research to show it now, which is awesome with new neuroscience research, and because I've done it for myself. I used to be insanely victim-minded, and I used to constantly think that everyone else in my reality was to blame for what was going on for me. And until I started doing mindset work, and at the time I wouldn't have called it mindset work. I wouldn't have thought, oh, I'm reading a mindset specific book. I just thought I'm going to start learning whatever I possibly can to shift. For me, initially, it was out of the relationship troubles I was having and not being able to figure out how to help attach to people in a way that felt like I could be open to love and love other people with a whole heart. And so I started there, and that led me into learning about money and realizing, oh, I'm on food stamps because I don't know anything about money, and I haven't really thought that it was in my power to change it. So I changed the map in my brain about my belief system about money, which is amazingly awesome that any of us can do that. Wherever you're starting right now, I don't care if you're down in the dumps, super stressed out, you can change. Maybe you already have a 7-figure business and life is humming pretty beautifully for you, but there's some area where you feel stuck, you can change. This is the cool thing about being a human being with consciousness, with the ability to decide, commit, and take action in a new direction. You can literally manifest what you want, and I truly believe that. And now it's backed by awesome research coming out of quantum physics, metaphysics, neuroscience, interpersonal neurobiology, epigenetics. We have such cool work going on in the world to understand how our brain creates our reality. And now we have amazing coaches who are doing the work to go, okay, how can I get you from point A to point Z the fastest? So for me, my whole business is built around helping you do those things. So if you're stuck right now, the first thing I want you to do is make a new decision. Make a new decision. Decision is very powerful because you're cutting off what is going on. You're making a decision in a new direction, which eliminates self-doubt, which eliminates other options. The word decide literally means to cut off. So you're cutting off other options and you're committing in a new direction. Then you're taking action and you're trusting that the universe is going to bring you anything you need. You need it to bring you in order to succeed. So this is the art of manifestation. You decide clearly what you want, you take action in the direction, but you detach from how it's going to happen and you trust that it's going to come. And you're patient and you are willing to do the work, okay? So when I decided I am so freaking tired of being stuck in relationships and in my money world, I got into massive action and I could see a future where I'm not poor anymore. I wanted to break the 6-figure mark in my business and I did it in its first full-time year. Now I see a bigger vision and it just keeps expanding. But I decided, I committed, and I took action, and I'm still doing that every single day. So wherever you are right now, decide something new. That's how you're going to start to rewire your brain, because when you decide, you cut off other options, you start to create new neural pathways because you start to visualize the possibility of that new thing happening. And when your brain starts to visualize, it changes your brain structure and it actually has you start scanning the environment for options and opportunities in the new direction you've decided. Then you start to have things happen where you're like, holy moly, this is awesome. I didn't even plan this and it's even better than I thought it could ever be. That's the power of manifestation, and you can do it, but you've got to train your brain for success. So decide, commit, and take action. And something I want you to commit to powerfully is doing mindset training every single day. This could look like personal growth and development books, podcasts, YouTube, going to workshops, hanging out with me on group coaching, taking the Inner Boss Bootcamp. Go to innerbossbootcamp.com for 30 days of amazing mindset training. But if you need free stuff, go listen to more podcasts. Saturate your brain and train it for success. I'm giving you high fives, and I will be back next week.